Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to the North American Strikers League opening day. My name is K-Bot here, joined by Levin Drunk. Levin, you've been watching some of the games so far. How you been thinking about our first two matches of the second season of the league?
First two matches were pretty solid. I will say I'm sad that I haven't seen a game go to that elusive game three yet, a series go to the game three. But what we watched so far has looked good, and we've seen some really good quality play. I'm excited about Octavia goalie. It's going to be a menace this season, I believe.
No, because the more that Octavia goalie gets played in these games, the more Octavia goalie is going to show up in my plat games. Okay, and that I can't rely on that as the brawler player forward. So maybe we don't, guys. From one plat to another, let's not. Anyway, two teams who aren't plat though are going to be Sad Boys and Chikara Chatting, who we've got in our next match here. A little bit of interesting history here. As recently as last night, Chikara Chatting did indeed take the upset in the best of one third place match in last night's Big Fish Friday over the Sad Boys, who are playing with the same roster they're playing with today, as Corey subs into the midfield and Vaughn goes back to the goal box because Yordi Luz is sitting out for this week. So, should be interesting here. But the other interesting thing about that game was that the Sad Boys, I remember the Sad Boys composition because I happened to look at Bell's stream. It was a Juliet X forward pairing with Vaughn playing Era goalie on Demon Deus. So I love it. We've had a little bit of this discussion, but let's rehash it for the audience. How much stock do we really have to put in that best of one?
Probably not much. I mean, best of ones as a whole, we shouldn't put too much stock in because awakenings and maps can make things weird. I'd like to say that they were trying out a new team composition. Era goalie on Demon Dias with two brawlers does sound like there is potential there, and they do seem like they were cooking up something. We probably shouldn't take too much stock in that. I do expect to see some close, tight gameplay today, though.
And look, I will say, if it's any team to take them to closer games, even last week, as well in Big Fish Friday, in that grand final series, it was Chikara Chatting that took Sad Boys to two pretty close games. They took some sets here or there, so let's not doubt it. But of course, Sad Boys are now familiar with their game. There's going to be no surprise in terms of Drew Danger picking away some of these Orb Awakenings that he's been known to take in a lot of this. You see the Orb Replicator, Orb Dancer come online. But the other thing, too, is that if that comes away in a set victory for the side of Chikara Chatting, you have to imagine that Drew Danger will be the one getting the MVP slot because of just how active he is as a goalie, how many redirects he's able to get, and just overall his ability to continue increasing that experience, locking in those MVP picks, and then also locking in some of those Orb Awakenings if he's given them the opportunity to on these carousels.
Yeah, he's a huge fan of the orbs. I'm also really excited to see Appa and Bell go at it. I have heard that Appa is confident in the Julie matchup, and I'm excited to see them duke it out one of these games for who's the better Julie, maybe on a night market or an IME's app. That'll be so exciting. There'll be so much chatting going on around that, and I'm looking forward to that personally.
There certainly will be plenty of chatting, especially if they happen to come away with a game victory here. We'll see if, of course, they can do that. But only time will tell in terms of whether or not that will be the case. But the other thing here, of course, that is somewhat unproven, and I say somewhat unproven relatively loosely, is Liari coming in the midfield role for this team of Chikara Chatting, of course, replacing Alexander the 15th, who qualified with the roster and liftoff. Theoretically, it's an upgrade, but then again, we'll see if it can actually get balanced out with the right team play balance. As now we load into our first game, it will be on Atlas's Lab here, Love it.
Yeah, and I mean, Atlas's Lab is a really good map for both these teams to show their core control. As it's going to be very big, very open. We do see the Era ban coming out, so maybe they're fearing that Era goalie, maybe Chrono Boost is available. We'll have to see what's up.
No, I'll tell you what it is. Corey used to one-trick the Era midfield, in effect, so it's certainly a most comfortable character here. No surprise to see that taken away. Then Drew Danger's Atlas will also get banned away here.
Yeah, Atlas on Atlas's Lab can be very oppressive, which does make sense for the ban here. We see Juliet, Rune, Dubu, Estelle, Kai. Julie. So there you go. There's the Julie matchup that we were all hoping to see. And if this game goes bad for one of the teams and the Julies were like overpowering, I wonder if we're gonna see that ban next game.
Starter Awakenings, 6 fire-ups all across the board here. That means it's going to be Energy City. Beat that drum even harder, Energizer Bunny. We'll see when the Catalyst, when the Egoist comes online, and those quick strikes as well, with their recently buffed strategies here. The other thing as well, Liari pulling out the rune, also not particularly surprising. We'll see if it actually comes to fruition here, but there's Bells. Finds the first lap against Opbug in this ditto.
Yeah, and the Awakenings here will make a big difference in this game, obviously, as Bells tries to get that stuff in there with the primary. Good Dubu wall coming down, and we're going for the clears through the center. And the Energy Awakenings are really important to determine who's going to win this game with Fire Up on the table for everyone.
We'll see what ends up happening here. Nice clear. Keeps the goal barrier alive, but Drew Danger already has an energy burst to his name, so this goal barrier going to be feeling even more comfortable. We'll see Vaughn start to approach on the bottom side, taking away that gravity well as well. Here's a gravity burst, energy burst exchange. Drew Dangers will come out first and will be able to find the clear. Nice anomaly comes through from Liari and now finds the core flip down to the bottom barrier. Here comes the extra speed. Opabug finds the flip forward. Rebounds right off of that anomaly once again. That's the rune difference.
That was a massive pillar by Liari. Liari's pillars were insane. One stopped a Vaughn core flip, one stops a Vaughn redirect there for the score. So this rune pick is looking really good right now as they get a barrier. And a double banish.
Double banish comes through. It'll find the second barrier here as well. Corey looking to try to dump this up to Bells, and now Drew Danger will collect from the top side. But the last thing you want to do is give this rune any more primary abilities. So if Liari comes away with a prime time or a rapid fire or something, you'll see even more pillars. Potentially Drew Danger will be even looking towards that Orb Ponderer, which is generally considered to be a weaker one. But in this composition, paired with the rune, it might just be what they need. But now Opabug finds the dash punch combination. Liari forward Opabug. There's the core flip. Corey can't find the denial. It'll be another one on the board here for Chikara Chatting. They go up 2-0.
Yeah, I think the understanding that Orb Ponder is weak is when you're not working in a coordinated setting. Because if you can have players burning their cooldowns right before you refresh them, it becomes pretty strong with that refresher. As we find Appa just slides right off the map, but a good banish gets barrier.
Banish finds the barrier, 1-for-1 trade there, and Bell's taken out of the play for a moment. Will regen. No worries there at all, and Opabug will come back online. Here's a core flip from Drew Danger. Sends it right on around to Vaughn, but now, oh my goodness, I think Bells must have timed that dash punch, hitting Liari, knocking her far away. But it won't come out to much of anything for now. Bells in pursuit. The anomaly comes up. Here's a little bit of extra insurance against that goal barrier, and it will do the trick for now. But here it is, the top corner, right around this anomaly. Liari will eventually come away victorious, and now looking to continually interrupt things. But the goal barrier falls once again. Banish onto both Core and Bells. Opabug finds the dash punch to send Bells away. And Liari's low on stagger, but Opabug will collect this nonetheless. Close to getting an energy burst. Thought he might have had it, but no. Doesn't there. Just goes for the elusive. Now the anomaly is there, but Vaughn finds the barrage. Holds it on the goal line. Forward once again to Opabug. Can't find the dash forward. And now Corey Rose warps it away. Another opportunity? No. Opabug on the dribble. Doesn't have the strike back up in time. Gravity well taken away from the pitch once again. What looks like Sad Boys can't quite find the same forward presence as Liari will find a goal down to the bottom side once more. It's a 3-0 opening set for Chikara Chatting.
Yeah, no, Vaughn is absolutely holding it down, though. If they can get some offensive pressure here and give Vaughn some time to let these cooldowns come up, it's going to be really scary for Chikara Chatting. But until we see that, we do have Awakenings coming up here, and Rune is going to be taking the Rapid Fire. Yeah, there it is. Into the spec training, into perfect form. This isn't a great draft for the Julies. Bulk up and Orb Dancer taken away from Drew Danger, who's probably going to go for the missile prop into the Deadeye, I assume. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Solid draft.
Well done on those predictions. And we have now exited the realm of Drew Danger. We've seen both the Orb Dancer and the Orb Replicator. Means that he's not going to get both, and in fact is going to get neither, thanks to that denial away by Bells. So Drew Danger will have to find another form of speed to really get involved on the front lines. Double barriers fall here. Now the Sad Boys still looking for their first goal of the game. Bells comes up just shy on the KO. Liari able to dodge that one. Now Upbug loses control on the dribble. Bells once again top corner. Sent away by Drew Danger, who's back there in time on those momentum boots. Here's the barrage. Liari able to send it back behind that goal barrier, but is going to get punished for it right away. Corey up to Bells, looking for it forward, and Bells will collect and cash in. First goal on the board here for the Sad Boys.
There they go. They finally found that offensive pressure that they were looking for. They got 2 barriers right away, which opened the gates. And then once they get the KO there, they're able to push forward and secure the goal.
Secures it there. Here comes a banish yet again from Liari. Fiery Flurry gets taken off of the pitch as Opabug once again finds himself in the so-called penalty box. KO'd away. Here's the double KO as Corey lands the piercing shot. Tofu Fortress will interrupt things just for a moment, but the bamboo will spread and possession will be maintained by the Sad Boys, who still look for this goal barrier, able to find a second as well as it sneaks right behind Drew Danger. Bells can't collect. Now dashing down on the Flying Phoenix. Liari tries to find the clear, but isn't quite back in time. Here's the pillar, almost dangerous, but still is able to find the clear. Upbug now on the speed forward, looking for the goal barrier, will find it. Here's the energy burst, core flip right around the backside. Open goals, both sides. Core flip from Liari right into the gravity well. It gets sent away. Barrage comes out of Vaughn just to send it in front of Opabug, but now Corey looks for the shot himself. No, denied for now. Liari wins the strike for it midfield. Here's the anomaly right back down to herself, but can't find it. Opabug still in pursuit in the corner. Now has an opportunity. No. Vaughn will be able to send it away. Core flip now up to the top side. Demon angle cleared by Vaughn once, but not twice as Opabug is there. 4-1 for Chikara Chatting.
That was an absolutely beautiful core flip there by Drew Danger. Just hit that perfect demon angle, and then Vaughn just had to react quickly and unfortunately sent it right into the hand of Appa, who put it into the goal.
And how hard is that to clear? When you're talking about the goalie, feels like it's that much more difficult to predict, even if it's, just simple geometry, I suppose. But nonetheless, KO's early here in this game, and 1 goal barrier, but now Corey's back online. Energy burst burned by 1. Gives a little bit of that fire up speed over to the side of the Sad Boys, who now are looking to convert. And now Bells is going to find the KO on Upbug. Corey clears the anomaly and now is looking for this goal barrier, but Drew Danger staying on top of it, has the somersault. We're able to clear it away. There's a beautiful anomaly once more by Liari. Banish onto Vaughn, but there's no one there to capitalize. As the core goes back up to the top side. There it is. Barrier falls. Bells forward. No. Denied by Drew Danger. Back down to the bottom side. Liari puts up this anomaly once more. Here's the fiery flurry, though, and it'll sneak it past Drew Danger. Sad Boys on set point.
I've really been impressed by Liari's play thus far in this set. Really being able to core control so well here with the pillars, and the banishes have been really impactful. Good on Bells, though, to secure that goal.
Good to find that one there. Now, energy burst burn here. Both goal barriers down. Looking for the equalizer here is Chikara Chatting. They don't want to let this to a 1-1 set. They don't want to let more Awakening Strap come through. Now, Vaughn has core flip with the barrage. Leaves a little bit of space on the backside. Now, double banish. Anomalies look for 1. Corey stays alive for now. Giga Blast out to disrupt Opabug's momentum. Here's the anomaly, though. Right back the other way. Drew Danger core flips it forward. Enhanced speed now, but Liari low on stagger. Knocked away. Opabug looking to collect. No! Can't find the rebound off of the post. And Vaughn will hold for now. There's the goal barrier. Falls once again. Bells looking down. Has the core flip. Now, we'll find the goal barrier there. Tries to slip it in as the goal gates open, but denied by those very gates. Here's the Tofu Fortress. Prevents Bells from keeping that momentum, keeping that ball rolling. But now, double banish lands again. Opabug in the corner. Right back down to Liari. Beautiful collapse in the 2v1. Chikara Chatting looking to steal this set away.
Yeah, they are, and I mean, if the rune keeps playing like this, they probably will. That double banish there to let Opabug hit the dash punch to secure the goal was absolutely wild. Missed everything there by both the Juliets, as I'm just really impressed by the midfield play right now.
Midfield play is on point, and you'd expect nothing less from players of the caliber of both Corey and Liari, but now goal barriers fall. Corey looks for the core flip down, but Bells Can't find the connection. There's the dash and the energy burst. That'll find a KO onto Liari. But Bells gets taken off of the pitch now. Vaughn's all the way forward, looking up to Corey, but can't find it there. Tofu Fortress barely nicks the core and sends it up. Piercing shot just a little bit too low for the core. And now, Liari back in off the respawn. Tries to find the damage onto Corey. Will be successful in doing so, at least for a moment. But here comes Bells once again. Corey's trying to get in position down here on the bottom side. Can't find it for now. Here's the Fiery Flurry out once again. It'll get cleared around. Corey tries to collapse on it. Gravity Well keeps up the pressure for the Sad Boys. Piercing shot once again, but can't quite find the angle there on the Estelle, which is much easier said than done, I'll say. Is able to find that clear, but now Optibug forward. Here's the energy burst after the goal barrier. Slips it right between the wickets. It's 2 sets on the board for Chikara Chatting.
Yeah. That 2 sets is also really important because it's going to help set the momentum and the pace of this game for Chikara. Sad Boys got to feel like they're a little on the back foot right now as they're literally down 2-0 here. Looks like we're probably going to see Catalyst on the Dubu to take that away from the Julie. Also, remember, we're really looking at those energy awakenings right now with Fire Up because more core bursts here is going to be absolutely insane.
Even something as simple as Drew Danger picking up that Catalyst will mean that many more energy bursts. Will it mean that much more time that the speed has been extended? But on the flip side of that, you have to consider both built different for Bells' Juliet and a prime time for Vaughn having a second cast of that barrage, trying to hold the line even more. And there is much more that he's going to need to hold the line against here. Based on what we've been seeing so far, as Liari will find a KO, catching Bells in the banish. Here's 1 goal barrier falling as they're looking to find the collapsed Drew Danger. Here he comes, gets involved, finds the 2nd goal barrier here with a rollout log. Well past the yeesh line. Corey Rose warps up to the top side. There's the Fiery Flurry to send Optibug away and alleviate the pressure for a moment. Here comes the Giga Blast, looking back the other way. It's the rollout log. It dies down to the bottom side. And now Drew Danger finds the core flip. Pass over to Liari, who sends it quickly down to the bottom side before Vaughn can react. Just 2 goals away for Chikara Chatting to take the first game.
Yeah, that was really insane. And looking back at the Awakening draft, I just realized Rune also snuck away with a Timeless Creator there in the last pick of the draft because there are no other creator characters here other than the Dubu, who is, of course, happy to pass it over to the Rune.
We'll do that there. Here's the core flip. Can't find the goal barrier here, and Liari will dash away to safety, relatively at least. But still, Optibug collects. Here's core flips exchanged. Vaughn will find the clear over to Bells. Now in 1v1 territory, but Drew Danger will hold the line for now. Bells will steal away the orb as Corey now maintains this pressure up to the top corner, but now it slips by everybody. Hits the goal barrier back on the other side, despite the power play opportunity. Optibug finds a KO here, and unless Bells doesn't poach this through, they're not gonna have the opportunity. Liari finds the banish right off the respawn. And now Tofu Fortress, Optibug over to Liari, interrupted. Now by the barrage. Bells trying to do everything in his power to play midfield here. Finally, Corey's back online, but Liari dashes back, has control, keeps possession here for Chikara Chatting. They're looking right back the other way. Gravity Well, but Corey who finds the shot through the heart. Well done there, keeping Sad Boys alive.
Yeah, that was really good by Corey there to obviously secure that goal and make it 1-1 and give Sad Boys a chance in this. Because if it was 2-0 there, this game was looking like it was almost over with a great Rune Pillar just securing a barrier there as the Galaxy spawns.
How annoying are these Rune Pillars now? So many. We were talking about them at the beginning, but by the way, I mean, Liari only has Rapid Fire here, Timeless Creator. Certainly building for those things, but you'd figure this wouldn't be as annoying as they possibly get. They are a thorn in the side right now of the Sad Boys, especially combined with the banishes, as well as Liari's been able to execute on a lot of those KOs, and now goal gates open once again for Chikara Chatting. Corey and Bells try to cut off the passing lanes, but still finds the angle here. Optibug forward. Vaughn gonna send it back up to the top side. Bells low on stagger. Double banish comes through once more. Now Optibug in position, finds the stun knockback, and Vaughn's cast doesn't come out in time. It is game point for Chikara Chatting, love, and that is a phrase I did not think I would be saying 20 minutes ago.
You know, I I keep saying it, but I've been really impressed by this rune pick. Vaughn has been holding it down best that they can, but the rune just keeps so much pressure and core control. They're just constantly able to feed the core to Appa Bug. And if you can get the core to Appa Bug and let Appa Bug do Appa Bug things, it's gonna work out most of the time.
Goal barriers. Traded both sides. Here's a core flip from Appa Bug that's denied as Fire Flurry comes out. Giga Blast will connect on a one. Liari down and away. Now there's the dash punch for the goal barrier. Strikes it right through as it opens. Sad Boys looking to deny the game point.
Great 1v1 there by Bells. Really good with the dribbling, of course, into the core flip. I think we might see this go to the next set, which is really good for everything involved, but let's see how we get there first, as Bells is going to be making a play here, but the core flip to get it out of there into the rune, and unable to find any purchase there as we do see a barrier fall.
Barrier falls. There's a second barrier falls. Corey Rose warps forward, hits off the goal gate. Now trying to react. There's the anomaly. Saves it once, but can't save it again. Bells will find a way to put it back as finally the Sad Boys find the pressure they needed to put this back. They'll stay alive, but they were on the ropes there for a moment.
Yeah, they were indeed. Interesting to see how these awakenings are really going to shake this up and if they're going to have a significant impact on who wins this game. It's always scary to be the 2-0 team and then 2-1 and then 2-2 and get reverse swept and feel bad about your awakening drafts later in the set. Rune with the chrono boost, hot shot for the Estelle, quick strikes for the Dubu, glass cannon on Kai. We see 1-2 punch for Julie and reverb for, which one was that got the 1-2? That was Bells? Reverb for Oscar.
Yeah.
That 1-2 punch might be really important.
Build different 1-2, I was just about to say. Has that. Also denies it away from, I mean, is 1-2 punch even worth considering here on the rune? It might be, right? If you're looking for a lot of combos up from the banish. I don't know. I'm cooking something. I don't know what I'm cooking. Here's a core flip though from Drew Danger, clears it away, finds a gold barrier in the process. On that power play, the banish comes up just short. Bell's low on stagger, can't play as aggressively as he might like to here with that goal, or with that core getting dangerously close, but now collects an orb, has the speed boost from the orb dancer. Drew Danger stalls for a moment, Bells can't collect, just a little bit late. Here's the rollout log, core flip back away, looking for it right behind Vaughn, but Corey's back in time. There's the core flip, comes out, and now the KO as well. Corey taken off the pitch this time. Gravity Well taken away. Here's another core flip from Drew Danger. Quick strikes, catalyst, fire up, all to the hand. So much for being an orb goblin. He's an energy goblin now. Looking to send it away once more, but Corey will find the shot again. 1-0 up in the set for the Sad Boys.
It's also worth noting, if we do go to one more draft, Egoist, I think, is still available, so we could see the full energy Dubu, which would be quite humorous. And given the way this is going, I mean, Sad Boys are showing that they haven't given up yet, and they still have some fight in them. It's very likely we do see this game go there, as we see that Corey is just taken off the map by Appa.
I expect nothing less from the Sad Boys. Just wait until they download their opponents in any given game. You know, the Liari rune is probably not something they've played against in quite some time. We'll be looking for the goal here, but can't find it as the goal gate's open. Core flip burned by Appa, looking for a little bit of extra damage. Bells would get out alive. Vaughn forward, playing around this anomaly here. Just playing ping pong with Drew Danger, keeping the score away from everybody. But the anomaly comes through once again. So much for all your stalling tactics. Larry puts another quick one back with that.
No, and that, again, the anomaly usage is so good here out of Liari's rune. I've really been impressed by this. I don't have any other words for it, because it has been so good. And you're right, it looks like Sad Boys really just haven't prepared and played against rune much in recent history. So they're making good use out of it here, Liari is, as Appa's taken off the pitch once again.
All right, I'm corrected by Joker in chat, who reminds me that they did play against the Liari rune less than 24 hours ago. All right, my bad, chat. It's about the narratives, okay? But now, core flips, finds the KO. Here's the power play opportunity here. The Sad Boys need to find a collapse. Rose Warp, piercing shot, looking for it again, but Drew Danger still holds. Here's the fiery flurry as well, but it doesn't have the angle. Core flip punch finally will connect, but here's the Rose Warp, finds the angle with the piercing shot. Sad Boys are looking to take us to a set 5.
Corey able to line up the big chunky tofu hamster and the yellow core to secure the goal there. As Estelle does just line them up, we are going to see core flips should be coming out soon from both sides. We're going to see the core flip explosion that happens with fire up as everyone just starts using core flips because they just keep getting them. Bumper goes down. Second barrier not going to fall just yet as Corey unable to hit that one. Appa using another core flip there. That wasn't Appa, that was Liari. Apologies.
Bells on the dribble here, down to the bottom side. Token Fortress failed Drew Danger there a moment ago again, and now Opbug KO'd once more. Power play opportunity. Drew Danger will core flip and take it back up to the top side where there's nobody standing except Corey. And now the core will drift all the way back down to the other side of the pitch. Drew Danger walks ahead of the piercing shot. Doesn't let it get into the goal box at all. Bells now looking for the collection, looking for the KO against Liari, who can't find the banish. Rose Warp. There's the energy burst. Corey can't quite find it there. Now Bells in pursuit. They're looking for the KO against Liari, who now dashes right back away. True Danger is the last one up on the 1v1 over with Bells, who flips it up into the air and sends it down. We are heading to a set 5 in this first game.
Yeah, Bells just got that Orb Dancer stacked up to 10. I was watching Bells run around as fast as possible like a cheat out there. So securing a KO here on the Bells is going to be important as Drew does want that Egoist. Let's see if it is denied here, which does make sense. I was hoping it wouldn't.
Universe.
I wanted to see it. Big Fish getting denied from the Juliet. Extra Special getting denied from the Rune. Cast to last is what falls. Maybe the Juliet just wanted extra special. All the same. A really good Stagger Swagger coming out here for Corey. And then peak performance for Oppabug. Ooh, this is a good draft, but I think it favors Sad Boys, right?
It's hard to tell. You'd have to imagine likely does with Stagger Swagger, keeps Corey online. Happy Star even for Bells to get a little bit of extra damage. But the thing I'm looking at here is the Chrono Boost plus Cast to Last combination from Liari. But it doesn't matter, as now Liari has to try to hold the 3v1. Will warp away trying to save the goal barrier and just to try to get back in time, but no. So much pressure coming out from the Sad Boys. Vaughn gets involved in the front lines. They're able to find the double KO and convert.
It's worth noting that Oppabug almost has the entire Stagger collection, is just actually missing the Big Fish, which is probably the most important part of it. But those aren't probably powerful enough to make the difference here. Cast to Last is okay on Rune, but I feel like they're struggling to get the kills already with the banishes, and oh my god, that escalated so quickly as Vaughn gets in there with the Egoist for the goal.
Vaughn can play Drew Danger's little game too. Once the goalie gets enough speed, can challenge to the other goal box. And will do the case just there. Wow.
Really awkward Dubu movement there as Corey and Liari are unable to interact with the core.
What is going on in this set? Sad Boys looking to swing it right back. They're on game point now. But the goal gates are open the other way. Liari looking for the core flip down to the bottom side. Will find a redirect right in front of the goal and creates enough chaos there for Oppabug to send it right back. Chikara trying to stay alive here once again. This is coming down to the wire, Lovin.
It absolutely is, and we have two core flips coming up on the side of Chikara. Bells has a core flip right now, which is going to get Vaughn and Corey to that core flip ASAP, as we already have a barrier going down. Drew is off the map right now. Ooh, a core flip used by Appa to try to stall for some time. The Rune Pillar is trying to hold on as best as can. Appa and Liari have to make this work. Another Rune Pillar holding it down. But there is just so much offensive pressure coming down as they finally get a break in the action.
Look at how much speed the members of the Sad Boys have now, with Bells not being able to be KO'd, at least thus far. Oppabug looking for it here. Still meets the corner as Bells stays alive, preserves those 10 stacks of the Orc Dancer. And once Vaughn has an energy burst online, he'll start running in with the Egoist speed. But now, goal gates are open for Chikara chatting. Liari to herself off the anomaly. But Bells finds yet another KO against Oppabug. Here's the anomaly for Liari, just trying to keep some semblance of forward momentum. But the whole gang is here. Here come the boys. They're back in town and they're looking for this goal barrier. Oppabug comes back online though. and the play will interrupt for a moment as Fun will retreat back to the goal box. Here comes the orb speed once again, though, from Bells. Takes it himself, finds the goal barrier, and now Vaughn gets involved on the front line, sends it right back himself, and the Sad Boys will come away with a reverse sweep victory over Chikara Chatting. But Lovin, that was only game one.
That was a wild game one, too. Holy, the speed making the absolute difference there. Who knew the innocuous Orb Dancer pickup in the first draft was going to be the game breaker at the end of this? I didn't see that one coming.
You're like, oh yeah, you know, you could have your little Orb Dancer thing. It's a fun little denial. You don't want Drew Danger to have it. But then Bells takes it and uses it to its full extent, especially in that set 5 when Vaughn's able to join him on the Egoist speed as well, running right in, controlling the entire map basically, and critically not ever dying past the last few sets. Once he picked up that Orb Dancer, I don't think he went down a single time. Opabug was never able to find the KO, was always tanking up so much damage, but couldn't find the conversions himself.
Yeah, and I think, like, Liari played really well at the beginning, but Corey was able to step it up a lot, and Vaughn played out of his mind in this game, locking it down and helping out with the offense so much, especially in that final set, getting the Egoist, which just is how the game works. But it is unfortunate that when you get in these like reverse sweep situations, like obviously Drew wanted that Egoist, but there was not a world in which Drew gets it, because if Sad Boys take that point there, it is there, and obviously someone on the side of Sad Boys is going to be first pick and will be taking that Egoist away.
Yeah. So well done there. And always something we have to consider is, okay, which actually carousels do you get to take? You know, because some of these later carousels, you know exactly what you're looking for. You know exactly what you want to deny, as so many Awakenings are in the game, of course. Other thing here I wanted to note about Liari playing this rune, you know, early on, especially set 2, set 3, a lot of those banishes were landing. A lot of them were not necessarily converting into KOs, but at the very least, cutting stagger bars in half and dropping them from 3/4 full to 10 points on the line, right? Versus, you know, later on, there's more speed in the game. You see a lot more energy even come online for the dodge. They can start predicting some of these things and avoiding them altogether. And all of a sudden, the Ari couldn't find a lot more of many of those banishes, hardly at all. Was so worried about where the cores go as it got sped up over the course of the game. Couldn't find a lot of those banishes, couldn't find the collapses in some of those 1v2 situations and the team up with Opabug that we were seeing on a lot of times. And I think that also plays a part of it as the late game continued to progress, as more speed came in the game, and as more KOs were able to be converted on here for Bells especially, just wasn't quite enough. But now we'll see what changes here in this draft as we load into game 2. We are heading right back to Atlas's lab.
It's like we never left, which means in theory I expect to see the same or similar bans. I'd be really surprised to see a Juliet ban come out for either team, because I think both teams are happy with how their Juliets performed here. So we're likely again going to see it was Era Atlas, and that's probably what we'll see again, unless there is some Awakening here that's really insane. I do feel like, as you said, there is the Ruin ban. They respect it, and they should. If Liari had kept playing as well as she was the entire game, I think Chikara Chatting would have won that game. And as you mentioned, she struggled to hit banishes as things got moving faster, and the pillars were having less effect on the game.
Yeah, and now, of course, taken away. I mean, what? Have to imagine maybe it's a Timeless Creator, cast the last start. Who knows exactly what it is, but we'll certainly find out in a second. Instead, Liari goes over to the Luna, and now it seems as though Vaughn goes over to the Vice. I will say it, not familiar with this pick for Vaughn specifically, unless someone in chat is a knower, and I am not. But hey, we'll see if it comes out here. Plenty of damage between the Juliet, the Estelle, and of course now the Vice. It is indeed a Castellet start, I was correct. Also with bulk up here.
And the cast to last start is probably why you're seeing the Vice, as we have a swift KO on the not Liari, hold on, I can't find it, on the Corey, as they are just holding down the barrier just barely. Vaughn also gets the reverse barrier. How good is Vice, by the way? Eject button allowing her to be both offensive and defensive at the same time. Corey looking to find it here through the Tofu Fortress that is actually bamboo, and Bells finds it with the dash punch.
Beautifully played by Bells. Once again, right place, right time. Punishes that one against True Danger. And look, a lot of KOs we saw in that one. Vaughn still able to hold it down on the goalie. By the way, I never doubted Vaughn specifically on the pick. I just said I was not familiar. So, hey, comes in there, but now we're looking for it again. Unfortunate little ricochet here as the goal gates will open. Oppenbug looking forward, and he'll find it just the same as Bells did. Return favor to the bottom corner. We'll find that one equalizing this game. We might be in for another long one here, Lana.
We absolutely might be, and we knew that coming into this set. I do anticipate that this could go to a game 3 as Appa's off the map. One thing I am noting about the Julie difference is one of them took Vambrace and one of them took Pummelers. So I wonder how that'll come into play here as Liari is able to sneak it past Vaughn and take a barrier.
He's as though Oppenbug, concerned with staying alive, wants to maybe play more of a core control game, whereas Bells, of course, looking for the traditional Juliet look of a lot of these KOs, dash punch combos when you get too close to the edge. Attempts to get a little bit of harassing done against True Danger, and the collapse is not made by Liari and Oppenbug. Here's the fiery flurry, though. Finds the goal barrier. Bells in the corner. Strike Wars won by Liari. Bells can't collect, and now it's back up to the top side. Here comes Vaughn. Doesn't quite feel comfortable going for it just yet. Wants to hold on to this goal barrier. Rightfully so is the Vice, but Corey comes in with the Rose War piercing shot to secure the goal down there on the bottom side of the map. Open territory.
Yeah, that was a really good passing play there by Bells and Corey. So much respect and focus was being given to Bells, and they were able to get the pass through, and Corey was just able to barely sneak it in the bottom corner of the net there.
Supernova out. Oppenbug and Liari both rather low. Oppenbug will steal back the orb on the other side of the pitch, but no, it's goal gates open here for the Sad Boys. True Danger down to Liari. Vaughn tries to keep it alive with the power cord, but won't quite find the redirect he wants. Vaughn forward, takes it himself! Right past True Danger, who can't find the strike. Sad Boys 3-1 in the first set.
Yeah, I do feel like the Vice pick here is strong, because the thing they were having a hard time with was their offense, and this does, give them a third forward, as the meme states here. Looks like that Twin Drive might fall to Vice, and if they get Primetime and Twin Drive, which it looks like they will, this game is going to look a little rough. This is massively favoring Sad Boys here already.
Yeah, I mean, we just saw a use case for that Thunderstruck come in out of Vaughn's Vice, of course, challenges the 1v1 with True Danger and comes away victorious. You know, if he loses the 1v1 or True Danger is able to find the clear against that power cord, so what? But then, otherwise, it's a goal that goes in, you know, and worst case scenario, you drop right back to pick up the core. Liari does have quick strikes. See if that comes in, as we haven't seen any energy awakenings yet, really. We'll see what else comes in, though, as Liari is taken away. Vaughn will lose a goal barrier and make a witty remark at himself for it. Looking back the other way, but there's a KO against True Danger now, who can't hold this goal barrier. Liari is back, but probably won't have the same defensive prowess as the Rune in the last game. Oppenbug, though, wins a couple strike wars up to the top side. Here's the Crystal Thorns as the core shifts down to the south. Now Bells looks to collect. No. Corey will get it up there once more. Here's a core flip from Vaughn. Keeps it forward. Tofu Fortress. Bells threads the needle to send it back.
That is the thinnest hole I think I've ever seen a core flip get shoved into. Got to be careful what I say there, as that was almost a brand risk moment. Just finding like exactly a core-sized space there, as Vaughn is already looking to take both barriers with a quick offense, only gets one and then trades one of their own away.
Fiery Flurry out here. Oppenbug core flips, looking for it back, but no, we'll lose the empowered strike, and there's a clear to come through for the Sad Boys. There's the Crater come out, which we haven't seen be too incredibly impactful so far. See if that starts to come in, but now True Danger, oh no, can't find the clear away. But now Bug finds the collection in the corner, and I'll tell you what, these corners have been brutal for both goalies. As Bug finds the dash punch combo there to send it right back.
Yeah, and for Vaughn, it's obviously really important that it stays away from that corner, as Vice has no anti-stuff potential, as we just accidentally give up a barrier there. And Drew Danger's coming forward, has to go back though because he realizes that his goal is a little in danger as Liari has taken over in the back.
Here comes the Dubu forward, baby. He's got energy burst and he's coming for those goal barriers. Will find the core flip there, uses it defensively. Bells now gets knocked away by the boost. Can't find the dash punch against Drew Danger. Corey tries to keep it forward here as Vaughn was dashing in on the Thunderstruck, but no. Not able to find much of anything here. Bug continuing to try to harass Bells, but now Drew Danger staggered. Bells can't find the finishing blow, and now it gets sent away by Liari, who keeps it in the bottom corner away from the goal barrier. Drew Danger still getting harassed, this time by Corey. Finally picks up his favorite snack of an orb. Send us away. Here's Tofu Fortress once again. Just gets it around there. And now Corey right back over to this corner, finds the strike right in front of it, and there's Vaughn on the Thunderstruck Supernova combination. The Sad Boys are about to take their second set.
Dude, what a finish to that point. Holy, so much pressure being put out. A really good shot there by Corey to send it up and away from the dude who was just a little too slow, and then Vaughn just locking it down with the Vice special.
Talk about an explosive finish there. That's the name of the ability, folks, Supernova. But now, goal gates are open for Chikara chatting. A little bit of ping pong here between Drew Danger and Corey, but it gets right back up top. But here's Liari on the boost up to the top side. Curves it right around, beautifully done. There's some math equations and trajectory there too. I gotta dust off my physics punks. We're on Atlas's lab, there's a Supernova ability in the game, there's rockets involved. All I know is that this might as well be rocket science here with how these teams are treating these games, because it is darn close. Love it.
Yeah, I mean, we could have said earlier that they used quantum physics to get the core through the Dubu wall, as Bell's coming out here making a lot of pressure. Appa secures the kill and gets a barrier, passes it to Corey, who is not on their team, but it works out as Liari and Evil Drew Danger come up in the power play, hoping to get a goal here. Really good use of the secondary there by Vaughn to lock that down. Appa with the core flip and just finds the bottom corner for the goal. That was
still an impressive save,
right?
From Vaughn, first time. Might not have found the clear, but hey, look! Chikara chatting takes the second set. They're heading to priority on this carousel. Bug gets the pick of the litter and is hovering the catalyst for right now. Stacks on stacks available as well, but indeed will lock in this catalyst. Fire Up is online in this draft as well, though I can't imagine we'll be seeing too much of it here.
No, probably not. Catalyst is the right play. There is the Fire Up, probably because there's not too much here that is great, and they do have the quick strikes on Liari, right? I am surprised that Drew shied away from the orb. It looks like he wanted it and then decided not. Is Orb Drew Danger having a character arc right now?
I don't know, but this is the second or third time that Drew Danger just hasn't picked an Orb Awakening when it's been online. Must be lower on stocks for the Orb Replicator here or something, but you have to figure even with the energy sharing, the experience sharing, it could be useful. Nonetheless, doesn't matter because after the rebound off of the gravity well, it goes right back down to this corner. Chikara chatting, putting his wheels in this train right in reverse. They're on a 3-goal streak of their own.
They absolutely are. They have been offensively clicking, and double KOs here coming out. Both midfielders are down right now as we do see the Vice trying to make a play along with Bells. Vaughn has to go back. Looks like not much is going to happen with this power play, but a sneaky lob almost finds the barrier, and then the Galaxy does secure it there for Chikara.
Bells in the corner again. Collapse comes through from both Vaughn and Corey. Rose Warp up to Bells. Can't find the connection as Appa gets involved. Here's the Tofu Fortress, though. Supernova out the other way. Appa not able to find the evade there. Here comes Bells in pursuit. Core flip, Drew Danger down to the bottom corner. Gets it past Corey, but Vaughn will core flip it himself. Looks to take it around the world, and now Thunderstruck back up to the top side. Finds some kind of a clear angle. Knows Corey is back on this rotation, but it doesn't matter because Appa comes through with the punch to find it. Thunderstruck up to Bells. Didn't calculate in the trajectory there, and now the whammy will connect with Vaughn, who's taken off of the pitch. Corey tries to interrupt things here. Bells as well. They're on full defensive mode right now in the 3v2 without their goalie back. Corey will find the interruption once again. Here's a fiery flurry. Core flip out of Oppenbach. Sends it away up to the top side. Bells now with Vaughn back online. Forward in that Thunderstruck. Here it comes again. That twin drive. Passes up to Corey, but no. Liari's there on the boost and sends it right up to Oppenbach, who punches it back. 4 straight for chatting.
That was such good defense there by Bells while Vaughn was down, I just gotta say. But, I mean, really good there on Drew and Liari to not get surprised by Corey in the midfield when they were passing it back and forth. They knew what was happening, and they were able to work around it just fine and make sure Corey didn't get a sneaky goal there, as Chikara chatting already having a good offensive pressure. Oppenbach securing one of the barriers and not able to get 2. Probably no abilities there.
Slips by. Here's the fiery flurry. Bell stunned with that Thunderstruck coming through. Vaughn deflects to not go in. Still, barrier will hold. Here's Tofu Fortress. Gets up behind it thanks to that core flip. Denied once again. Now, dashes away. Liari in danger perhaps. Here's the whammy. Tries to get involved. But it's back down to Oppenbach here. Supernova out. Liari almost gets taken off the pitch, but no, will survive for now. Summer Assault comes out, but the strike still is there for Corey. It rings true. Fiery Flurry looking to send it down to the bottom side. Here's Vaughn on the Thunderstruck, but no. Only finds the KO to Liari, and now the power cord comes through to secure it. Snaps the drought for the Sad Boys.
And there they go. They're finally on the board. They're going to make this one a set, of course. One thing to keep in mind is when Corey is getting into those ping-pong situations, never mind, it is Liari who has the quick strikes. I'm insane. It's okay. We're cooking today.
Telling you, we're cooking something. I don't know what we're cooking other than pretty good Omega Strikers gameplay. But hey, that's what you came to order here on Bestie and Sly. Hope you all have been enjoying the show so far. I'm also doing this to give my voice a rest for a moment because
no, you're fine.
I feel like I'm going to need it as this goes on. But now, goal barriers fall. Supernova's out. Vaughn looking for it down to the bottom side, but the Crystallized Thorns comes out. Get it behind Drew Danger, and Bells is there to send it straight back. 2-2 here for who takes the third set.
Yeah, no, and obviously both teams want this for obvious reasons, but the Awakening draft is what I'm more interested in because the winner of this puts themselves in a really good spot just to secure this whole game, as Appa not able to get it there. Good defense by Vaughn and Corey. Liari does get it there with the core flip, as Drew's moving forward to looking to use that core flip probably offensively. Might have to use it defensively here, but they're able to keep up the offensive pressure for Chikara chatting between Appa and Liari. There goes one barrier to fall, as we see that Appa just gets eviscerated, and Evil Drew Danger is still holding it down as nothing's come out yet. There is the core flip getting it through past Bells with really good patience. Liari doing a little bit of dribbling, a little bit of stalling. Appa back.
Appa back online. Here comes Vaughn. Thunderstruck Supernova looks to secure the goal barrier. Now Fiery Flurry comes out, just comes up a bit shy, but there's a Thunderstruck again from Vaughn. Core flips in to send it back. The Sad Boys will take set 3 and priority on this carousel, trying to keep momentum ahead as we head into what could be potentially the final set of this series.
Absolutely. And it is interesting. There are a lot of good picks here, by the way, for this Vice, who does end up going with the Happy Star. Dubu, of course, going for the classic Orb Dancer, as we expect Drew to do. Egoist out for Bells. Probably Rapid Fire, Prize Fighter for the Julie. Yeah, and then Specialized Training and Rapid Fire still? Heavy Impact still. Okay, both good. That was a hard draft there at the end for the last couple people. Not a lot of good picks there, especially for Corey, who was left with the slimmest of pickings. Maybe this Orb Rep is the play. I do wonder how good this would have been with that Replicator earlier, the Dancer that is, as already Liari is off the map.
With Vaughn picking up that extra special, that Happy Star, as he's called it once or twice, he'll have more opportunities to go for these Thunderstruck twin drive plays right in front of the goal box, these aggressive Supernova plays, which will be something to watch out for here. And of course, you mentioned Drew Danger. picks up the Orb Dancer here. Just must not value the Replicator alone. But then might force that Supernova or the extra special away, but Gold Gate's open. Appa almost collects the core in the Fiery Flurry, but no. Here comes the Crater. Vaughn has to dodge away. Core will fall. Die for a moment down on the bottom side. Strike War won by Vaughn. Here comes the Sad Boys. They find the gold barrier. True Danger rolls forward. Here's Liari on the boost. He'll send it right around, and nobody's back in time. 1-0 on the board here for Chikara Chatting.
That was an absolutely beautiful angle there by Liari to just thread the needle right past the Vice secondary, right past the Vice herself, and get themselves a goal on the board as the barrier falls to Corey's primary on the Estelle. Bell's getting it with the dash punch. Liari looking to make their own play with Appa. Double barriers down. 2 core flips on the side of Chikara Chatting. Good ult by Liari there on the Luna. Appa gets it.
Online. Here's Appa Bug, denied by Bells. Corey, Rose warps away. Tries to prevent Liari from even so much as touching the core. There's the core flip from True Danger. Sends it right back, and now Appa's there. Finds the punish. 2-0 up here for Chikara Chatting. They are looking for priority on the final carousel and sending us to yet another set 5 between these two.
Which is what we expected going into this. We knew this was going to be a close matchup. We didn't know how close it was going to be, but offensive attack here for Chikara looking good so far. As, who was that? Just got blown up. Corey in the house.
Sent away. Right on back, and now Gold Gate's open once again. True Danger so far forward here on the Orb Dancer. Tries to get involved, but now here comes Bells and Vaughn. Can't find the connection there, but Bells still has the speed. There's the core flip, sends it right back to the goal barrier. Vaughn in the Supernova, dodged away. Here's the punch from Appa Bug, but this time it's cleared away by Vaughn. True Danger, forward. Liari back in the goal and now boosts in. You see the rotations coming in from Chikara Chatting as if it's incredibly well rehearsed and practiced. But it's not enough to find the goal for now. Corey will collect. Vaughn tries to get it to Bells, and Bells will find it once more. But can't get it past True Danger for now. Vaughn now back up to the top side of the map this time. Power Chord comes out. Piercing shot will find the connection. Corey will send it back. And the Sad Boys do not want to let this get to a carousel that they know they won't have first pick in.
That was a really good offensive attack by Sad Boys there. True Danger had nowhere to safely send the core, and they were able to find the goal because of it, as Appa gets us a barrier quickly. And Liari secures the second one. Goal potential coming out here for Chikara Chatting.
Goal Gate's open. Appa Bug almost has the energy burst forward, but it's denied by Vaughn's, and now double barriers fall on the other side of the pitch. But here's the core flip from Appa Bug before Vaughn can react. And Chikara Chatting has sent us to another set 5.
They absolutely have, and it's... Of course, this Awakening draft is the most important. We have the Ponderer there for the dude who's already at 10 orb stacks, by the way. There's a lot of good stuff here for the Vice too. Deadeye, Missile Prop, even Hawkshot is pretty good. I don't think we'll see that one as the Deadeye is taken. 1-2 punch on Julie. Ooh. Missile Prop denied from the Luna.
Also
Perfect
not
form.
bad for Corey, right?
No, it's not bad. It's pretty good. I think I would have probably preferred Hotshot, but when you're denying, yeah, it gets a lot better.
By the
That's a
way,
good draft.
Liari now has perfect form for a little bit of extra cooldown reduction, and then... oh wait, no, that's... True Danger doesn't have Orb Rep. We just talked about this. Man, okay, never mind.
If he had taken Orb
something.
Rep, this game would have been probably over, by the way.
Well, not necessarily, because probably it would have been denied right in the last carousel. But now, True Danger comes forward here on the Orb Dancer. Almost secures the goal, but there's the Crystallized Thorns out of Corey. Find one the other way. Now, gets it up right behind the second one. And right there on the edge, with 0 HP virtually. Rose Warp piercing shot once again. Sony salute, sir. You deserve that one. 2 goals away for the Sad Boys to put this one to bed.
And then we don't get to go to the all-exciting Game 3, so obviously we're rooting for Chikara Chatting here as the core slips right past Evil True Danger's Tofu Fortress. I think it's doable. They can do this. They can get both the barriers and get a goal.
Especially if they keep winning in some of those strike wars. Appa Bug, Energy Burst. Sends the core up, and now Liari on the boost. Barriers will fall. Gravity well taken away. Drew Nader tries to save it up to the top side here, and actually will be successful in doing so, but it'll get behind and only loses both. It'll fall. Liari over to Appa.
Oh.
Corey tries to get back in time, but can't. And there are only either team scores 2 goals to win this game.
That is the problem for Drew there, trying to save that top barrier. You end up losing 2 so frequently on Assless Lab, which is why it is not a favorite. But Appa almost dead, but Bell running around with speed from the Egoist secures both bumpers, and there's the core flip, and good save.
Denies it from Drew Danger. Well done. Now it's back the other way as Liari tries to keep it on that side of the pitch with the crater, but no. Thunderstruck stalls out the core for a moment. Vaughn does have the energy burst, and now here comes Liari. Looks for the pass up to Bug, but he wasn't expecting it in that time. It's right over to Bells, who has possession. Vaughn, Thunderstruck forward. Bells finds the KO, and Sad Boys are on match point.
God, that is crazy. Holy, this is an explosive game. Things are happening so fast, and the core flips are putting so much work in. The KOs, too, have been really important, as here comes potentially another one, but we just see a lock coming out. Appa looking to secure it and can't get it. The defense is too strong there from Sad Boys.
Orb stacks reset, but he's right back up to 2 as he steals the mid orb. But the goal gates are open here. Liari looking to shove it up to Appa Bug, but no. Sent away. Now this time by Corey. Plays a little bit of ping pong with Drew Danger on the gravity well. And he'll collect it here in the corner. Corey will have to dodge for a moment. Still finds these passes up to Bells. There's the Summer Assault, though. Will prevent it for a moment. Thunderstruck. Vaughn doesn't come out in time. And now the KO comes through. Bells in position, but doesn't have the dash to secure the goal. Corey right back up to Bells and finds it with the punch and the dribble. Sad Boys. Don't ever doubt them for a moment, chatters. They'll take it. But what a match it was.
That was a close game. Corey, by the way, kind of goes unnoticed in these games, but Corey really stepped it up in this final game from the last. I would have loved to see another map other than Atlas twice in a row. I'd love to see any map not twice in a row. Just because that could be the difference maker in these games and it could swing. But what a great set from both teams there, and Sad Boys walk away with it. Probably a little bit happier than normal.
Chikara chatting, I think probably walks away with that one pretty happy as well. Look, they might have been playing with a sub, and say what you will, but I think most people still rate Vaughn pretty highly in the goal. And of course, Corey is known for being a midfield menace. So to walk away with that one, force 2 set 5 games back to back on the same map, even with your opponent throwing a different ban at you. Of course, given the Starter Awakenings, it made sense, but even still, I mean, a lot to say here for Chikara Channing, who have showed up within the past few weeks and are looking to take some names in this league. All I'm saying is, power rankings be darned, they might not be the 10th best team in the league.
I think if anyone has Chikara Channing in their power rankings 10th, I think they're doing a little something, you know? They have to be higher up than that. They may not be, well, they're not the best because they just lost a set to someone, but they are definitely a very strong team as they showed us today.
And hats off to them for the performance they had, but again, still Sad Boys pull it out in the moments when it matters most. I think that's the other thing, maybe. The nerves of steel for this team that has been in the position so many times. You know, even Corey, of course, right, has been playing at a high level, whether it had been on the Sound Boys or not, for an extended period of time in multiple tournament, you know, top finals appearances. And when the pressure is on in these kinds of matches, when everything counts, when everybody's watching, it does make that big of a difference to have that strong of a